Apparently, Netflix's new show called Snowflake Mountain sends spoiled Gen Zers into the wild. So I thought this would be a really interesting read. And who knows, this might be an actually good show on Netflix. So, snowflakes are in the forecast. Netflix's latest reality series sends a group of clueless 20 something spoiled brats into the wilderness called Snowflake Mountain. And premiering June 22nd, the show takes 10 overindulged kid adults who refuse to grow up, fail to do chores to help their families or roommates, freeload off their wealthy parents, and don't work steady jobs. Among the pampered Gen Zers, there's a wannabe influencer, of course, a vegan who loves admiring her own reflection in the mirror, seems typical, a 22-year-old aspiring model, okay, a 24-year-old who still lives at home with her parents, refuses to help around the house, and has been fired from every job. A 25-year-old British party girl who lives with her mom and dad and doesn't work. A 23-year-old college dropout who dreams of being a pro wrestler. That ain't good. A 25-year-old self proclaimed Disney princess who refuses to leave the home she shares with her parents. And an unemployed 26-year-old who spends $500 of his parents' money per week on manicures and facials. Wow. Wow. This is going to be so crazy, and I'm guessing that's him. So, according to the trailer, these entitled snowflakes can't load a dishwasher, and their families have reached their breaking points. And here's the reality, right? Their parents can just kick their butts out of their house. They are adults. They could be like, hey, you can't live here anymore. You're an adult. Goodbye. Right? So they get tricked by their families into going on a survival retreat in the great outdoors, sans Wi Fi or running water to complete for a cash prize. The 20 somethings get a much needed crash course in adulthood, led by a former Army combat engineer and Navy explosive ordnance disposal officer. So, Snowflake, modern phenomenon, noun, a young person who is considered overly emotional. Wow. So this is the worst thing that's ever happened to me in my whole life. One contestant whines in the trailer. Other contestants are shown loudly shouting F my life. I think this is actually a really good show idea, a show concept. I think this might actually do really well on Netflix. Now, it's definitely not going to do something as well as, let's say, Squid Games, but it is probably going to do pretty good compared to other shows. Ooh, some comments. And I thought the Harry and Meghan input to Netflix was hitting rock bottom. Hold on, boys and girls, because we're going down deeper where no show has gone before. Who cares? I thought all the snowflakes were the remaining Trump athletic supporters and seditionists still lying about losing by 8 million votes. Now, here's the thing, right? I think as a show, in terms of like all the shows on Netflix nowadays, this isn't the worst concept for a show. Why? It's because there's a comedic element to this, right? Like, I mean, think about how funny it is to see someone who has no experience in the wilderness actually go into the wilderness, just absolutely complaining. It's going to be funny, right? At the very minimum level, it is going to be funny. Okay, so feel free to give your thoughts. I think this is kind of funny.